sorry about your mate. It's just taking ages.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kenneth. Happy birthday to you.
I'm not trying to take it all in.
Don't get us all in.
There will be time for speeches later. How about speeches?
You start circulating, I'll get drinks.
Please just relax, get your drinks, and just chill for a while. What am I supposed to do?
Blow them out. Blow them out first.
I don't make a speech at this point.
No.
No, I blow them out first.
Yeah, probably
Right,
a good
okay.
idea. Yes.
I did it in one breath, it was touch and go. Right, so now what I do is that ready?
The white one is gluten free for anybody who needs that, and the other one isn't.
Right, so I do them both.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Now I've ceremoniously massacred one, do I ceremoniously massacre the other one?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Both of them?
Yeah.
Right. Right, Diane's abandoned me. Thank you.
First of all, to all of you, thank you. Time's about 80, I think. Thank you so much. Delighted to see you. It's wonderful to see you here. Thank you for some of you making a very long journey, and all of you very, very welcome. And everybody keeping the secret wonderfully. Thank you so much. Now, a couple of thank yous. First of all, to Ian, Maria, Sarah and Helen, who were my chief co-conspirators in this whole thing. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank Megan, who is one of the staff in the hotel, who rushed out and bought some candles, because that was the one thing that I didn't remember. So thank you to Megan. Kenneth, you may have thought there's maybe half a dozen co-conspirators here. There are actually about 60. What you don't know is we've been doing something over the past few weeks.
Is somebody videotaping this? I remember all the gory details.
Oh, yeah.
Kathy Brosnan.
Yeah, Kathy will get it.
One of my favourite phrases is, "Oh, once some power the gift he gives, to see ourselves as others see us." Kenneth, now's your chance. What you don't know is that I sent round an online survey through SurveyMonkey to just about everybody who's here. Quite a few people who aren't here, and thank you all of you who did it. Thank you very much indeed. What I did is I asked everybody a series of questions. And so many of you will know what the questions are, I will tell you, but we now have the results.
Do I need more wine for this?
You might probably take a glass of wine. Right.
One bottle and a straw.
What I'm going to go through is the questions that were asked and the most popular responses. Question 1 was, what does Kenneth find most difficult? In third place was staying sober. In second place was staying calm. In first place, by quite a margin, was staying silent.
Fake news!
Oh, you have no idea. Question 2. What is Kenneth most likely to do during a conversation? In third place, check Facebook. In second place, lose his wine glass. And in first place, laugh at his own jokes.
You will.
Question 3. What phrase is Kenneth most likely to use? In third place with 0, I love spreadsheets and admin. In second place, where's my wine glass? And in first place, stand by. Question 4. Where are you most likely to find Ken's dinner? Well, in fourth place, in the oven. In third place, on his t-shirt. In second place, in Marks and Spencer. And in first place, inside Kenneth. Question 5. What is Kenneth's greatest superpower? In third place, flying off the handle.
What was that?
Flying off the handle.
I thought he said whining off the handle.
This week. In second place, creating chaos. And in first place, making wine invisible. Question 6. What should be on Kenneth's headstone? In third place, it's just a flesh wound. In second place, where's my wine glass? And in first place, stand by. Next question, what is Kenneth's finest quality? Now this has been quite a mixed response, because as well as the given responses, people have added some, and you're free to read these at your leisure afterwards. In third place, telling stories. In second place, loyalty. In first place, friendliness. And added to that are, for example, all of the above, being a friend, clearing up the undrunk wine after parties, and quite a few more. This will be available to read at your leisure later on. And finally, if you had a message for Kenneth, what would it be? And there are about 50 responses to this, including, yes, it's your round. It doesn't hurt a bit. Let Diane handle it. And various iterations of happy birthday, we love you, you're wonderful.
There will be a chance for Kenneth to respond later.
Later?
Not too much later.
I was going to say,
That's fine. We will look forward to that. But at the moment, just continue enjoying the cake, which I believe should be around very shortly. Food, drink. It's just been good. So we'll be back with you in just a very short time. This is going to be the last talky bit of the night.
I've lost another glass of wine.
Somebody get him a glass of wine. And then sit.
No, I need to see screens.
No, you don't. Everybody else needs to see the screen. I'm fed up the back teeth with the microphone, so I'm just going to bell it. That's okay with you. Right.
Those who are about to die salute you.
Hopefully this is going to work. Whenever you're ready.
Come on, baby. Where's the fun in this for me? Oh. Inside.
This has got nothing to do with you. Only because I can't see a flaming thing with it. Here we go. Right.
Very cute.
Good evening. Honoured guests, friends, family, and various other hangers-on. And welcome to this, the official celebration of the incredible 60-year existence of my big brother, Kenneth Nesbitt, on this, the very anniversary of his triumphant entry into this world. I do hope that you enjoy this look back at Kenneth's long, ever so long life. I know I intend to. Join me, if you will, on a journey that takes us back, way back to the year 1957, to the darkened, dangerous and smog-bound streets and alleyways of London's East End. Bethnal Green, to be precise, an area ruled not by law and order, but by gang warfare, presided over primarily by the notorious Cray twins, an area still recovering from the effects of the Blitz during the Second World War, which had only come to an end but 12 years before. This then was the place of Kenneth's and my own subsequent birth. So, Kenneth.
That's me.
He was born in the wagon of a travelling show. His mother used to dance. Well, it was a welcome addition. It was a welcome addition to the money she made as a dressmaker's cutter, Danny Stein. At that time, Dad was a carpenter and joiner by trade, who supplemented his income as a hustler working the seedy billiard halls, popular at the time. Their one-roomed garret, several floors above a Chinese opium den, just off Bethnal Green High Street, quickly became problematic for Kenneth, as his theatrical leanings were evident from a very early age. In fact, he learnt to tap dance before he could even walk, and the noise of this resonating through the stark floorboards proved too much for the nervous little old lady living below, and her resulting suicide and the subsequent police inquiry persuaded Mum and Dad the need to find alternative lodgings. Not 2 years later, Kenneth's idyllic lifestyle as an only child was thrown into turmoil by the birth of a little baby brother, a child of stunning good looks, charm, charisma and personality. Me. Unable to handle the competition, not only for his parents' affection, but for that of the wider community, Kenneth took to shouting and swearing at passers-by. From an open window, and with the old Bill once again knocking at the door, Mum and Dad decided that a complete change was necessary, and the toddler Kenneth soon found himself relocating along with his family to the land of his forefathers and mothers. And in 1960, they took up residence in a large townhouse in the historic capital of Geordieland, Newcastle upon Tyne. Dad quickly set about modernising the Victorian property, renewing old wiring, plumbing, windows, doors and so on. And both Kenneth and I lent a helping hand by yelling up the stairs to where he was labouring in the bathroom that water was cascading down in buckets through the ceiling into the kitchen below. Mother, meanwhile, sat unconcerned at her sewing machine in the living room, quietly humming Edwardian ballads as she churned out yet another haute couture creation for one or other of us to wear. Sadly, though, this fact opens up a rather dark chapter in Kenneth's and my childhood. Namely, the periodic horror that was Farnham's Remnant Day. For those of you who were never subjected to this terrifying ordeal, let me enlighten you but a smidgen. For Farnham's was an otherwise perfectly ordinary department store in Newcastle's fashionable Granger town, where women predominated in this respect back in the swinging 60s, would congregate to purchase lengths of material to make and clothe themselves and their family. Every now and again, and to make space for new stock, the store would sell off the dregs of these myriad rolls of fabric, the remnants, in one big free-for-all in store, and during which women would resort to the laws of the jungle to secure the best of these for themselves. Fist fights, stabbings, and the occasional shooting were not uncommon, and as you might imagine, this was no place for a young child, tender in years and height. But Mother took us along nonetheless, and let me tell you, we witnessed some horrific sights. Some poor unfortunates of a similar age to ourselves never made it out alive. And the trauma of these encounters lives with and inside us to this very day.
I have to agree.
Pardon me while I just dab away a small tear. The council stole our house. History lesson. T. Dan Smith and his idiot cronies on Newcastle City Council and their lunatic efforts to create the Brasilia of the North, Google it, it actually happened, set Dad on a crusade to design and build his own house, and in due course, south of the Tyne we ventured, to where the brand new Chateau Nesbitt was rising from the very clay. The family had grown by this time to include baby David, as Kenneth had dubbed him. And we
did?
Yes.
Make tools.
I've got the book. It's true. And we too would lead the infant all around the building site, up ladders and across gaping joists. But no matter the danger we put him through, David steadfastly avoided death or We moved into that house long before it was complete, living together in an upstairs bedroom, and in the summer of '69, on a very grainy black and white TV, we watched Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walk on the moon. As the eldest, you keep it up. Grammar's assistant here on the phone. As the eldest, Kenneth was the first to experience secondary school in the post-industrial gloom of Jarrow. And his calls across the playground of, "Hey chaps, anyone for a game of Grandmother's Footsteps?" were not embraced by the football-obsessed intelligentsia with whom he was incarcerated. Apart from momentary brilliance in the world of amateur dramatics and the inclusion in the crew of the headmaster's harebrained scheme to sail a motorised spin dryer around the coast of Great Britain. Remember that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Kenneth was never one to fit the mould of potential factory fodder, and as such, the teachers did not know what to do with him. His school career ended ignominiously with an O-level in pottery and a 25-yard swimming certificate. With little to show from 5 years of state education, there seemed only one recourse, and the world of retail beckoned. Kenneth sold shoes in Newcastle, settees in Stanley, and mine detectors in Gateshead. He hated it, and they him. So on one day, on a high of pineapple and cream cheese sandwiches, my adventurous big brother stepped into the Royal Navy Careers Office and gleefully announced to a stunned Chief Stoker from Cleethorpes that their search for Nelson's replacement was at an end. Before he could claim insanity,
I can't even see it. It's moved.
right? Before he could claim insanity, he was grabbed, fitted with a uniform, and bundled down inside a submarine sailing for foreign parts.
Hello, sailor.
It's a man's life, baby, I tell you. Prince will be on sale in the fall.
I hate you. I always did.
I know. Where is it? It's a man's life in the Navy, I tell ye, and certainly made a man of Kenneth, and he grew a beard to prove it. So many anecdotes.
I knew that.
So many anecdotes, the time when, with limited access to washing facilities, he doused himself in curry whilst endeavouring to feed the mess on his first boat. Or the time he fell off the boat at night whilst in harbour as he stood guard against the forces of darkness. Broken ribs, I seem to recall,
Yeah.
and the threat of being crushed to death between boat and dock.
Yeah.
More relevant to his status as a Cold Warrior were the times spent on board sneaking around Soviet ports and installations on what effectively were spying missions, which to this day are probably still classified, if not outright secret.
Wait for my book.
In the Navy, Kenneth met and married the first of his many wives. He rose to high rank and protected the world from nuclear annihilation by threatening nuclear annihilation. It was all quite mad in those days. However, after 20 years before the mast, Kenneth retired from service in Her Majesty's Armed Forces in time to celebrate his 40th birthday with the gorgeous Diane, the current Mrs. Kenneth, and to ritual and public humiliation from yours truly. Such opportunities don't come often. By this time, he was father to the wonderful Carita, Alana, and Simon, the proud owner of a university degree, a mortgage and gently greying hair. Hard to believe, I know, considering that glistening and strangely pointed dome we've come to know now. Don't get a complex. Another one. Settling into life in Civvy Street, helping ex-forces and other personnel into employment by day, Kenneth had nonetheless become slightly envious of brother David's successes in the world of music and entertainment. And so, resurrecting his boyhood ambitions of fame and fortune, he took once again to the boards, this time having reinvented himself as a singer of popular song. Known professionally as Jings Know Him Again, Kenneth joined a party of similarly inclined minstrels plying their trade around the concert halls of Scotland, belting out such classics as Jimmy Nail's Crocodile Shoes, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting by Elton John, and Fleetwood Mac's timeless classic Someone's Gonna Get Their Head Kicked In Tonight. Friends and acquaintances, including colleagues from his recent employers at Capability Scotland, and latterly from Prince Harry's pet project, Walking with the Wounded, or attendees at any of his and Diane's lavish parties can attest to Kenneth's highly gregarious nature. He loves people, although nowadays he probably couldn't be the whole one. Who in his company, and especially tonight, can honestly, hand on heart, say that they have not had Kenneth's camera bearing down on them with an appeal to smile? I know I have. Be it clad in a makeshift toga, masquerading as headmaster at St. Trinian's, or portraying the Grim Reaper himself, Kenneth will welcome you to their humble abode, regale you with stories, and feed you charcoal blackened burgers straight from the mountain, no matter what the weather. This then is Kenneth, born an East Ender to Geordie parents, who has spent almost his entire adult life in and around the historic kingdom of Fife, although they do encourage him to venture a little further afield when the need arises. As a father, and now grandfather, to Lucas, Mikey, and little, I think it's pronounced Eric. Thank you very much. He and his long-suffering wife and carer, Diane, preside over their own dynasty. For our part, we look back to Mom, who passed away earlier this year, and to Dad, who's been gone all of 30 years now. They caused us into being and left us the grounded, well-adjusted individuals. I have had my medication today, I'm not sure. I mixed it. This could never be anything other than a whistle-stop tour through Kenneth's long and varied life so far. He is 60 years of age.
Thank you.
He is 60 years of age.
Thank you.
Which I, as a brother, find very hard to believe. I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that our younger brother, David, is now in his 50s. How the hell did that happen? At least our hearts are still pumping. Yeah, still there. You all right?
I'm relying on the text that tell me it's still going.
That's right. Considering the 20-year rule, from birth right up to the age of 19, you're effectively a child. A young person growing towards adulthood. From 20 to the age of 39, you can call yourself a young adult. From 40 to the age of 59, though, middle age is your domain. However, from the age of 60, you are in fact old. So, Kenneth, you are now officially an old man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just don't expect to draw your pension for some years to come yet. Thank you for being here, everyone. Without you, I'll be standing here talking to myself. All the work that I've put in over the last couple of weeks would have been worthless. To my darling wife, Maria, and to my two daughters, Sarah and Helen, a very big thank you for helping to put this together. I will let Kenneth thank Diane for all her efforts. He'd better.
Cheers, Pet.
He had better, unless he wants to be slipping on the city tonight. But for me, for now at least, I'll just finish by saying, in a full Irish accent, Kenneth Nesbitt, this is your life.
I've just been told I've got to talk to the masses. Am I doing it now?
Yes. Yes.
I'm doing it now. I can prove my sobriety by noticing an empty glass on the floor, which I wanted to protect people from, so I just put it over. Where is it gone? I will try and keep this short. Diane is absolutely rubbish at keeping secrets. So whenever it comes to like a big Christmas or a birthday, I always make sure that I don't look in the sort of places she might hide something, because I'm bound to find something. So the fact that she kept this so incredibly secret is beyond belief. I'm very good at being extremely observant when I'm organising something. When something's buying that's when I'm switched off. I know everything's going well, and then I lose all the wine glasses and find them within the next 3 days. Anyway, the point is, I knew nothing about it. And so I thought I was going to a quiet dinner. Yeah.
Surprise.
Even when we got through the door and Diane pushed me through the door, I thought it was like a bar, because that's all you see. I thought it was a bar, it wasn't a drink. And then I walked in, and if I didn't see you all immediately, what I saw was a mass of people. And I couldn't take that information in very quickly. And so I was absolutely overwhelmed, for which I am eternally grateful. It shows how many friends I've got. Some friends are neighbours and friends. Some friends are family and friends. Some people are annoyances. Some people are colleagues and friends. One of the things that always bothers me about speeches when you're talking about people is that when you have people at something like a wedding or anything like that, you can say, and a special thanks goes to, and a special thanks goes to. But that invariably leaves someone out that you never intended to leave out. So I'm just going to not bother about thanking any of you. Except to say that when I look around this room, 60 years seems not bad to have acquired so many friends, people, every single damn one of you that I care about. I recognise every face. When I walked in this room, I didn't see everybody because I couldn't absorb the information. And so apologies for those that said, "Did you see me?" And I went, "No."
Did you see me?
I tried to avoid I am absolutely certain that Diane will have invited people here tonight that could not make it. So for them, bugger off. I know you'll have tried. And it's noted. Next party. So I'm not going to get too sentimental. I'll leave that for you. This has been fantastic. And all I want to say is thank you. End of.
Please sign the book.
I thought you were going to say it's available.